what keeps me going? Well, why do you fall asleep when you know that the stars are shining for you? But it never gets through. Don't you wanna ride the tide, the waves? There's nothing in this life to fear, but hey, it happens all the time. We worry about our mind when we've just got today. So live just for today. Why do you close your eyes when you know that the day is breaking? I'm lying next to you and I feel that the world is waking up a better way. Oh, can we take on the day? Hold on to the hour, this year, this day. There's nothing in this life to fear, but hey, it happens all the time. We worry about our mind when we've just got today. So live just for today. Stop pretending life could be much better than this. We'll see the sky, try to explain how the sun, the moon, the stars, and the universe is ours if you want it. I'm lying next to you and I feel that the world is waking up and away. Oh, can we take on the day? Don't you wanna ride the tide, the wave? There's nothing in this life to fear, but hey, it happens all the time. We worry about our mind when we've just got today. So live just for today. Live just for today. Live just for today. So live just for today.
Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to Aberdeen Sports Village here in the northeast of Scotland. We're here live for day 2 of the Netball Europe U-21 Championships in association with Inspiresports and brought to you with the support of Aberdeen City Council and Aberdeen Sports Village. I'm Lynn Carpenter and I'll be leading you through the next 2 competition between Scotland, England, Northern Ireland and Wales. Later today we'll see hosts Scotland playing against England. Later this afternoon, Northern Ireland take on Wales. In a moment, we'll take a look at the squads, but first, a reminder of how to play your part at home. Join the conversation on Twitter at Netball Europe using the hashtag Netball Europe U-21. And to keep up with all the action live and on demand, head to the YouTube channel and subscribe for free. youtube.com/Netball Europe. Joining me for this afternoon's match is Maggie Jackson, Netball Europe Board Director, former England coach and current England selector. Welcome, Maggie. And as you can see here in the studio, the teams are beginning to get ready, the crowd's here, and we're just about to start. So let me take you through the squads. For Scotland today, starting at goal shooter, Bethan Goodwin, goal attack, Joanne Petit. Coming on to start the match at wing attack, Claire Toohey. Nicola McCleary, the captain, starts at centre. Rachel Einon, vice-captain at wing defence. And at goal defence, Bethany Sunderland. Goalkeeper is Lauren Tate. And the subs for Scotland are Boyle, Edgar, Houliston, McDonald and Valentine. Starting 7 for England today. Goal shooter Alice Travis. Goal attack Rhea Dixon. In at wing attack is Rebecca Holt, and Jess Shaw takes the centre bib today. The captain Gabrielle Marshall's at wing defence. Goal defence Francesca Williams, and goalkeeper Rebecca Airy. Subs for England today are Fisher, John, Leach, Osler and Walker. The umpires for today's match are Caswell Palmer and Joanne Lilly. Reserve umpire Cal Williams. And the ball girls for today's match we welcome from the Aberdeen district squads. Welcoming the players onto the court here in Aberdeen Sports Village. Maggie, exciting start to the game today. Second day of the championships. What's your early thoughts about what we might see this afternoon?
I think it's going to be very exciting. I think Scotland, 2 out of their 4 quarters yesterday, they won against Wales. They need to just get some real clear consistency, particularly starting out in the first quarter. So I think that's what they'll be looking for. England had a very consistent game across all 4 quarters, and I'd be expecting them to ensure that they maintain that consistency and continue to raise it and ensure any unforced errors were eliminated.
So as you can hear, the excitement's building here in the Aberdeen Sports Village as the teams are introduced to the sellout crowd. Our thanks go to Aberdeen City Council, the Aberdeen Sports Village and Inspire Sports for their very welcome support to the competition this weekend. And just about to get us underway are 2 umpires, and the girl leading the ball onto the court, Piper Kerr. So, first quarter, centre pass to Scotland, and we're just about to get the game underway.
Scotland has first centre.
So, slightly nervous start by Scotland.
Yeah, they forced a diagonal ball, England, and therefore created that error.
England have started this game the same as they started yesterday, same 7 players on court. Big shot for Alice Travis, and a goal shooter, who's also the most capped player for England at this level.
Yeah, very inexperienced player, and good to see her confidence back with the shooting. That was a difficult shot because Tate really did do a good jump on that one, but she maintained her composure well.
So McCleary, captain for Scotland. And Caswell Palmer, umpire, first international test today. And Scotland are on the scoreboard. Early stages, 2-1 to England.
Good to see Scotland learning from the point of view of ensuring that that second phase to centre pass for England is eliminated, so creating the error. So well done to Scotland for the defence of that centre pass.
So Goodwin alleged to have contacted. England get the turnover and bring the ball down. Very good ball. Shooter to shooter in the circle into Rhea. Good use of the centre court by Scotland. The ball into Goodwin, who's the youngest player in this Scottish side.
Yeah, she showed some good consistency yesterday in those 2 quarters, and I'm hoping that both Goodwin and Pettit, especially with Pettit's experience being at World Cup and as also Commonwealth Games, should give a little bit of consistency in that Scottish attack.
Good ball delivered by Jess Shaw, centre for England.
Dixon just needs to settle a little bit and make sure she gets that first attempt in each time.
Good control by Scotland, being patient.
Great reading by Rebecca Airy there, and it's enabled England to have the attack again.
So nothing between these two teams to start. Settling down 3-2 to England at the moment. Good pressure by the two Scottish defenders. Dixon slots that one away, and England go into a slight lead, 4-2 in these very early 5 minutes of the first quarter. Good shot by goal attack for Scotland. Petty had a very good game yesterday.
Yes, she got 75% shooting yesterday, 18 out of 24, and that's what she'll be looking for again this quarter. Just upping the opportunities, which at the moment she's getting, which is great to see.
So good pressure down the court by Scotland, turnover the England possession. And a lovely move by Goodwin. And Scotland pull level 4-all.
Important that Pettit is controlled, and we'll see.
It is match 5-4. I think we saw yesterday that Scotland had almost a game of two halves in terms of their conversions of their centre passes.
Yes, the first and third quarter they really converted very little, but it's really interesting today that they've come out determined, they're doing their own job on each player, and they're creating a bit of a gap for England, finding a little bit more struggle getting it through the mid-court.
So Dixon with a penalty shot, puts that one away. In fact, umpires called contact there against goal shooter Alice Travis. So Scotland had the opportunity, but great vision into the circle.
Again, good defence by the England shooter, goal attack and wing attack, but they now need to just convert it, settle and just relax and get that push in. Need to use their fingers to push the ball up.
Travis had a very competent game yesterday, dominant shooter for England, 31 from 36 goals.
Yeah,
Maggie?
86%, and that's exactly what we're looking for. That's mid-80s and higher.
Oh,
So
let's
she'll
see.
be looking for that again. So it's really important that she just settles and gets that comfortable jolt. But the Scottish end, the shooters are really actually competing well. So some good consistency from goal shooting, goal attack there.
Good patience by England. So England get the throw in. Very nice little shooter-to-shooter ball between Dixon and Travis, showing good understanding. That's exactly what Scotland need to eliminate, those unforced errors off their centre pass.
Yeah, they need to be giving that opportunity. Pleasing to see Einon and McCleary really marking hard and tight around that mid-court.
And Scotland are going to need to work hard against the England centre pass. So, opportunity for Scotland. And Goodwin makes no mistakes there.
important that Scotland get their timing right.
Cleary, captain for Scotland at centre, controlling the pace of the game well.
Forcing the long shot now, England.
And good rebound by Rebecca Airy to bring it out for England. Remember, keep your tweets coming into us here. We are reading them all the time. Twitter,
good marking by Einan.
Netball Europe. And as a result of those very good passages of play, Scotland level the game 8-all with just over 5 minutes to go in this very first quarter here today at the Aberdeen Sports Village.
Well seen between Jess Shaw and Alice Travis there. Again, Scotland get the opportunity for that missed shot by Alice Travis.
So good pressure from both teams, making it difficult to bring the ball down. Good rotation in the shooting circle for Scotland.
Yeah, Pettit's really driving hard and causing then Williams to just make the contact. Stepping across. Williams probably just needs to anticipate where Pettit is going to be moving through.
Scotland just take a lead there, 9-7, and injury called timeout for England. I think that's Rebecca Holt at wing attack. Probably a tweak at this stage, Maggie, nothing too serious, wouldn't we think?
I would hope nothing too serious, and it gives an opportunity for both teams just to settle a little bit, because both teams have had some good play, but then forcing errors as well. So England are under a lot more pressure than they were yesterday, and we just need to make sure that we've got our timing right through the court. Both Einan and McCleary are definitely tighter on Holt and Shaw, and that's creating that little bit of a gap for Dixon to having to come through, or Travis to come out, and then Dixon to go into the circle.
So the captain and vice-captain of Scotland really taking a commanding lead on the court.
Yeah, I think they're doing a good job, and I think it's important that they keep that defensive hard work, because yesterday we saw Holt and Dixon really dominating at the centre pass, and it's not been quite that this time. I think we've seen one where Dixon could stay off the line, but important for Scotland to maintain this and keep moving on, because both Goodwin and Pettit are actually creating some real good movement in that attacking circle for Scotland.
And we talked yesterday about the importance of this tournament for the players going forward, not only for obviously who finishes in the winning position tomorrow, but we have 21 of the players who can play today eligible for the 2017 Under-21 competition in Botswana.
Yeah, very important, and playing back-to-back matches day in and day out is what they've got to practice, and this is exactly what is needed this weekend.
So here we go again with 4 minutes on the clock. Scotland centre pass, they lead 9-7.
Lovely draw by Pettit in.
Good rebound position by Goodwin. And the gap goes to 3. Home crowd will be really pleased with that today. Good use of space around the circle by England. Close the gap now. Scotland lead 10 goals to England's 8.
England are forcing the centre pass to go back. Well played by Jess Shaw there on the pick-up. It's important now that England score off it.
Unfortunate, Travis just couldn't quite keep that ball in and keep herself on court.
Important from a turnover to have a change of pace, and that's what England need to be looking at rather than zipping it straight through the court.
So Scotland's tactics now, a couple of minutes out from the end of this first quarter.
They're bringing the ball, they're really, really doing well and getting the ball up to the circle edge, and they're recognising and taking that long ball and feeding it very calmly in, which is really what's creating that 11-8 lead.
So game back underway. Good ball from Travis to Dixon. Score now. Scotland leads by 2.
Just need to sort of think what they can go for and what they can't go for. England, and therefore trying to prevent this contact that's happening outside the D and putting now pressure on Williams in the circle.
So rebound by Pettit, got the possession, penalty shot. And with just over a minute and a half on the clock, what can England do to close that 3-lead gap? Very good pressure by Bethany Sunderland.
Lovely quick ball from Alice Travis-Dixon. It's a shame it was then taken out for the long shot. Super shot by Dixon. Well needed at 12-10.
So very close. This first game, 2 goals in it. Scotland unforced error on their centre pass. And it's in these last few seconds of a quarter when you just sense perhaps that England's bit more experience at this level might be getting to show.
Yes, and it's a shame. It's what we saw yesterday when they played Wales, Scotland, that they got within 3 and just couldn't. And now they're ahead, and they need to realise how important those centre passes are at this stage.
And a very neat little manoeuvre by Dixon there, using the post to bring herself on.
Important now that England score off the centre pass, so to be able to go in on a 12-all lead with 17 seconds to go on the clock. Well done to Alice Travis in that one, because it brought the important goal psychologically to bring them back to level.
And we end the first quarter here at the Aberdeen Sports Village on even goals. Scotland on 12, England on 12. So Scotland ahead by 3, opportunity to capitalise, centre pass. What do you think happened there, Maggie?
And that's really what is letting Scotland down. They're doing some very, very good play today, really much more consistent, much calmer, but it's at those crucial times, and that's what you need to be practicing the whole time. And it's those, they have to recognise the importance of that centre pass so they can score from it.
So let's just go over to see if we can hear what the Scottish coaches are feeding back to their team.
Do something before to move them, to then come over. Your prep's good. It's just then trying to get all over the line. Just now they're kind of blocking you coming into that space. So keep your stats, one goes wide, one pops through the middle. Keep doing your prep before the line, because that's really good. Alright? Keep thinking about trying to get that straight line. Alright? A few times you're making movement to there to then come back through diagonal, and then the defender's potentially going to come in and get that. So they're looking for the straight line ball as opposed to the cross court. Alright? Really good job. Rotations is not working really well, to keep that coming, alright? Some really nice ball in there. So again, just move that ball to fade that defence and then place it into space, which is great. Alright, shooter's working really well, much better today. Alright, good. Good hustle on D. Alright, I want you to restrict for longer though. Alright, so your first phase is excellent, keep her there and then go for that. Alright, set her pass you good. Yeah. Try and win that. We can win it earlier. Let's just go and yeah.
So we heard there, Maggie, the Scottish coaching setup, talking about moving the ball around, creating space, keeping control and looking for the right opportunity into the circle. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, totally. It's so much harder for the goalkeeper, goal defence to be able to mark shooters and goal attacks. We're just working together in that timing and clearing and moving. And they are being effective, and it's making the goalkeeper and the goal defence for England think, which is very, very important.
And certainly here on Twitter, Nicole Wilkins saying Scotland performing well, Rachel Einon keeping the pressure on, and again another supporter for Scotland, Erin McKee, also wishing she was up here in Aberdeen. So we're just about to get underway here in the second quarter. No changes for Scotland coming on, but for England we have Fisher at goal shooter, Marshall moving to centre, and Lydia Walker on at wing defence. So let's see, Scotland's advice to their players was move the ball around, keep control, focus on the things they're doing well.
Great shot by Pettit and some good linking with their centre McCleary.
So substitution perhaps telling a story about how the two benches are feeling about the game. England have run the changes, Scotland are confident to stay with their starting seven. Very good clean shot by Rhea Dixon there, whose mum's no stranger to international netball. Remember Yvette Foster?
I think that's something that Lindsay McDonald, the coach, was wanting, that good use of the triangle between the wing attack and centre and the circle edge, and then in at the top to the goal attack. Worked really well.
So good pressure by Scotland, forcing England to go wide.
Rebecca Holding a little bit more movement off the centre pass this time because she was being marked very, very well by Einon in the first quarter.
So Fisher joins the game, scores from her first shot. And we're still level now on 14 goals apiece.
Well played, Gabrielle Marshall. Again, picking off and forcing that error. It's what she does so well. Does a job and then looks for the opportunity for an interception.
So England moving their captain from wing defence to centre. More role for her to play in that position?
Yes, I mean, obviously we don't know the whole story. We don't know where Jess Shaw... Don't often always like taking players off after one quarter, but yeah, Gabrielle Marshall straight away having an impact to that centre role.
Scotland bringing the ball out very well.
Rebecca Airy trying to mark slightly differently Goodwin, which, although she got the ball, it created a little bit more of something for Airy, for Goodwin to have to think about.
So Tate finding perhaps the style of Fisher, taking a bit of time to adjust to.
Looking for Tate now to keep moving around Fisher a little bit more to stop her getting that easy second ball from the centre pass at the top.
Very good movement by Bethan Goodwin under the post.
And a lovely holding of the ball by the centre before enabling her to make that wonderful feed in to her.
And here you can see the replay, straight under the post.
Good pressure by the back four for Scotland. Just a little bit more movement in that circle by the circle defenders by Sutherland and Tate, which is causing those errors for Fisher and Dixon.
So Scotland to bring the ball back down, chasing a 1-goal deficit at this moment in time, but good hands there by Fran Williams for England, getting the interception.
That's what we're looking for from Rebecca Holt, getting that ball on the top of the circle and really threaded that ball through an eye of a needle. So well done for Rebecca Holt. Scotland forcing England up against their own goal.
Contact by Sutherland at goal defence allows England 2 against 1 in the circle, and they've made full use of that. England now 18 against Scotland's 15. Well read by Lauren Tate, good interception.
Important now for Scotland to score off England's centre pass. Making sure there's lots of options. That's where Gabrielle Marshall's dangerous. But she pulled out because she knew she couldn't get the ball. Williams has definitely tightened on a little bit more onto Pettit this time.
So lots of pressure by the England back four here, making it difficult for Scotland. So Scotland's patience playing off there. Another goal for Pettit and their centre pass.
Important for Scotland, but this is when they need to recognise how important it is to keep that possession just as they did in that previous goal. Good timing, well weighted by Rhea Dixon for the ball to Gabrielle Marshall.
But yet again, not able to capitalise on their centre pass, having just won England's from them.
And that's the practices. That's the what I would like to see over the next couple of days, is this practicing to make sure that they do make that ball count going into the goal, not make life hard work for themselves. Defenders in both teams just need to come off the body a little bit and keep moving their feet, working it so we don't have the contact going on. We have the opportunity then to be able to make the turnover.
So halfway through this second quarter here at the Aberdeen Sports Village, England just creeping slightly ahead, 20 goals to Scotland's 16.
Lydia Walker making Tui's life very, very hard. She had possibly a little bit more freedom in that first quarter, but now they've tightened up considerably in that back four.
Scotland will get the penalty pass or shot.
They need to be a little bit more disciplined, a little bit cleaner, and recognise what the umpire's pulling and get that 3 feet away.
So very good pressure by Rachel Einon there for wing defence for Scotland. At the centre pass gives them the turnover.
England forcing them into a tight corner at the moment. We need somebody going over onto the other right channel. Everything is down the left-hand side. Last, somebody comes in.
You can sense that England are really trying to put some significant pressure on the Scotland team as they bring the ball into attack.
And if they can keep it, just the obstruction a little bit cleaner, then that makes that additional pressure. But giving a 3 feet obstruction away just allows Scotland then to have that opportunity and that good feed in.
So we have another injury timeout. This time it's wing attack for Scotland. Claire Toohey getting some attention from the physio down there. So England 20, Scotland 18, and Scotland centre pass. So what we'd have expected to see at this point in time, when you look back at the 2013 results, back in...
I would expect England, who came 4th in 2013 at World Youth, and Scotland came 12th. I would expect England to be dominating at this point from a point of view of positioning. But all credit to Scotland, they've done their homework well and truly, and have learnt a lot from England's match yesterday against Northern Ireland. We're at a stage now where England are now up by 2, which is in the first quarter Scotland. Now it's up to Scotland now to see if we can force the errors that England are making and capitalise on them and making sure that there are shots to goal.
And clearly we're having a lot of support from our friends who are watching on the live streaming. Lots of comments coming in on Twitter. Please keep those coming. Beth Morley can see you're very impressed with the strong start from Scotland. And Donna Brady's back with us again today. Hope you're enjoying all the netball and the live streaming, courtesy of our friends at QTV Sports and all our sponsors who've helped make this event happen this weekend. So back on court, no changes for England. However, we do look like we've had a substitution for Scotland. We'll see Kelly Boyle introduced at wing attack, and Claire Toohey has now gone to the bench. So important. Goodwin capitalises on the penalty shot.
Great rebound by Williams. Very important for England to get that rebound. Important for Scotland now in these last 4 minutes to get this turned over so they can get back into what is a really competitive game.
And it's great to see that we have got this level of competition here in the Northern Hemisphere. You know, part of what Netball Europe is trying to do is to ensure that teams have as much opportunity to play each other, have the right level of competition, so that when they go and play other parts of the world, we're as competitive as possible here.
Very, very important. It's really important that we have games that are as close as this, because both teams then have got to deal with that pressure. Scotland have been developing stronger and stronger over the last few years, and really have got a good pathway and a good development of coaches as well as players. So it's great to see Lindsay McDonald and Claire Brownie on the bench as up-and-coming coaches too.
So England to put that one away, courtesy of Fisher, takes the score up to 22-18. For those of you watching at home, the score on the screen, apologies, is not quite right at the moment. We will get that adjusted for you to bring you the correct score. And Fisher puts another one away for England with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter until half-time. England are leading 23 goals to Scotland's 19.
Two very important shots from both the goal shooter and the goal attack for Scotland, which continues to keep them within a very close game.
So apologies, we are having some technical problems with the score on the screen. However, I can tell you that England are 23 goals to Scotland's 20, so just a 3-goal game here.
Bethany Sutherland doing an awful lot of attacking work in this game and really helping to create that space, which is so important on that third line.
Another good interplay between the goal attack and goal shooter for Scotland. Very important rebound by Petty there for Scotland. Narrows the gap back down to 2 with just under 2 minutes to go. Score is now 23 to England, Scotland 21. Very good, important shot as they all are. That means with just over a minute to go in this exciting Day 2 first game here at the Aberdeen Sports Village, England are leading just by 1 goal against Scotland. Good patience by Scotland. Need to look after the ball. And turnover, good pressure by Lauren Tate.
Quite a battle going on between Goodwin and Airy. Both of them trying to find the space and trying to get the movement round.
So we're into the last 10 seconds of the game. Great ball in by Captain Marshall to Fisher. And she puts the ball away confidently to end this first half of the game. England 25, Scotland 22. Maggie, your thoughts there?
Yeah, I think I'm pleased to see a good competitive game. I would like to see both teams now really trying to just play off the body a little bit more, so we have less whistle and more opportunities for taking the turnovers. Attackers trying to lose their players that little bit more as well in advance, so getting their timing that little bit better. But well and good and competitive.
So let's now go to the England bench and hear what the feedback is to the players.
Doing our job 100% of the time on our centre pass attack. Let's get that all clear. It's good at the front, George, but remember what I've asked you to do. That's what we need from you in this game. Centre pass defence, it's much improved from you two, but again, keep your discipline, because we've shut them down and just given the obstruction releases them again. This is about keeping belief to our principles and all delivering. Okay? Right. Down in this end. Again, just hold strong.
And I'm pleased to welcome to the commentary box Claire Nelson, the new CEO for Netball Scotland, in your third day, I believe, Claire?
Yes, day 3, and what a day to be in this amazing role. I mean, what a start and what a game we've just watched there. Adrenaline's pumping throughout. That is fantastic. Can't believe the game, can't believe the performance our girls have just put on. I hope it continues into the second half.
So it's been very competitive. Scotland could have been level, if not in front. Clearly your role is as CEO, but if you were looking at your players, what would you expect your coaches to be saying to the players in Scotland now?
It's about consistency. Everything we need to do across our organisation and on court is about consistency. We have demonstrated before that we have strength and fitness to take ourselves and contest and produce a good score at half time. What we need to do is continue that through into the second half. England are going to come back strong. They are not going to take that line down, so we need to be prepared to come on and to continue playing the game that we have been doing right for the full 60 minutes.
And certainly if you look at the shooting end of both teams, Fisher and Dixon 100% in that quarter, Goodwin and Petit not far behind. Goodwin missed 3 shots, but Petit on 100%. So certainly the shooters in both teams are playing their part.
Absolutely.
What do you think is the slight difference between them at the moment?
I think Jo has obviously got some really good experience training and playing with the Scottish Thistles, and you can see that in her strength and resilience and how she's thinking about the game. Beth is a fantastic young athlete coming up for us. She's very, very young. She doesn't quite have the match play experience. I think she needs a little bit more confidence in herself because she certainly has the skill and ability. And, you know, fitness might play a part in that, but certainly Jo has got that edge in terms of experience. But I'm delighted with how they're playing against England.
And here at the Aberdeen Sports Village, massive support from the centre. We know Aberdeen City Council have been a huge partner in enabling us to live stream the match today. What are your thoughts around the support that Netball Scotland are receiving?
We love to come to Aberdeen because they just blow us away in terms of the support from the facility and also the local authority, but the fans are fantastic. We've got a lot of travelling support, so, you know, nationally we bring people from all over the country, but Aberdeen, from where we were to where we are now as a sport, is absolutely phenomenal, and I hope to grow and continue those partnerships.
And this is our second time here as Netball Europe.
Yep.
We were here 2 years ago to host the Open, and I think our experience is the quality of the volunteers here and the amount of people who come out to support you when you host.
I mean, the World Youth Netball Champs and Commonwealth Games certainly helped that. You know, we put in a huge programme to develop our people, our volunteers, our officials, so that we could really deliver a high quality of competition. And we're delighted that you're noticing that and that it really helps with that overall athlete and fan experience.
Well, we're just about ready to head back into the second half of this really exciting game. England are on 25, Scotland on 22. And I can tell you that there are no Scottish subs at half-time, but England are running the changes. We have Williams going to goalkeeper and Ostler on at goal defence. Claire, thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
So England get us underway in the second half of this game. Good pressure by Scotland, forcing England to go back. So Maggie, I was just talking to Claire and reflecting on the shooting in that second quarter. 100% by 3 out of the 4 shooters.
Yeah, it's exactly what you're looking for, and I think that's what we're wanting, especially from a Netball Europe teams now, or the UK teams, is that importance that we need to be getting our shots in and need to be getting up into the mid-80s and above.
Good pressure by Sutherland. But Dixon calmly slots that one home. There we go, start of the third quarter, first centre pass, Scotland just not capitalising.
No, important. Credit to England, well played Bethany Sutherland for getting that important turnover back now. Player's been to World Cup and obviously gained that experience.
And again, a player who has a bit of netball heritage in her family.
Yeah, Pat Sweeney, her mother, who played for England many years ago and down in the Essex part of the world. Yep, must be very proud, just as much as Eve Foster must be of Rhea Dixon as well, another former England international.
And of course, for all these players who do what they do week in and week out, they couldn't do it without the support of their family and friends. And we sometimes forget that actually it's that whole kind of support package wrapped around them that enables them to do what they're doing here today. And great through the live streaming that those people who support our players can actually see what it means to play at this level.
Exactly, and it's essential that, you know, the amount of training both the Scottish team and the English team players have to do at their young age, as well as mixed with school and their university studies. They definitely need parents, carers and family and friends to support them in this. Good movement by Fran Williams, a goalkeeper, just prevented that ball going into Goodwin, who has been a threat in that first half.
So early in this third quarter of the game, England 27, Scotland on 23. And Fisher calmly slots another one home to take the gap to 5. Well held there by Goodwin on a position, pulled the penalty, which Petit takes, brings the gap back down to 5 goals. England at 29, Scotland on 24. Tate trying to get around the goal shooter, not quite getting it clean.
They got the ball down, England, but they need to do a little bit more work. They're relying on the same central spot. Dixon needs to do a little bit more movement as well in order to ensure that they're making some decisions by the goal defence, putting pressure on Scotland.
England are really hunting down those interceptions there. But good, intelligent play between wing attack and goal shooter for Scotland.
Well fed in by Boyle, who's just come on the court in this third quarter.
Goodwin already disappointed with that one. England bring the ball out. So nearly 5 minutes of this third quarter gone. Long shot by Fisher. England beginning to slightly pull away at this early stage.
Yeah, Tate has been forcing Fisher to shoot fairly long, and all credit to Fisher for scoring. Tate trying to mix it up, trying to move, but just finding that very difficult holding feed into Fisher quite difficult at the moment. So Sutherland and Tate need to be perhaps looking at how they can mix that up to prevent that easy feed.
Oh, unlucky there by Lydia Walker. Great interception, but just footworked at the end of it.
Too short a pass between Goodwin and Pettit.
So we always talk about new players, players coming on for the first time, but Caswell Palmer, umpire there you can see on the court, his first international game. I wonder how the umpires feel. Do they feel the same as players?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. It'll be it's their career just as much as like the players. And Caswell Palmer will have gone through similar preparation as the players, making sure that he's ready and prepared. And of course, every game there are observers ready to feed back and mentor them after each game. So tremendous pressure on the umpires as well.
And of course, competitions like the Netball Europe U-21 Championships here in association with InspireSport also gives our umpires a development pathway, which if our players are to be as good as they need to be, we need to have our umpires operating at the same international level.
Definitely, definitely, and there's a lot of work going along with the officiating, and it's needing that at all levels. So great opportunity for these umpires to be working at Netball Europe in internationals.
So we've got a timeout called by Scotland. I think that's Beth Goodwin there seems to have a bit of a knock to her head. Hopefully nothing serious. So having been just down at half time, we're only halfway through the third quarter and we've got a double score difference to 10. What's happened to Scotland in those first few moments?
I think England have managed to find George Fisher quite easily, and that needs to be stopped. I do feel that if they can just, the Scottish can just mix up the defending a little bit, actually England then will be forced to actually have to make some additional passes in that top third. But all credit to them, they can find George Fisher, and George Fisher is continuing to slot them in the ring.
So England have really run the changes in this game so far. We've got a new combination at the back there on the court. Putting more pressure perhaps on the Scotland goal attack goal shooter.
Yes, I mean the Osola is a hard marker. You know, she seems to be at the moment coming on in the third quarter for England, not necessarily starting the first quarter. She had a good impact in the third quarter. She came on and then tired, I felt, yesterday. So I'm sure the coaches are looking to her to be putting out 2 good quarters. But at the moment, she's putting a lot more pressure on Pettit, which is good. Pettit being an experienced player. And there we go, Osola getting a turnover.
So Scotland have run the changes in that quarter. We see Sutherland has gone back to goalkeeper. Joanne Pettit has gone to goal shooter. We have Lee Valentine on at goal attack, and Rebecca Edgar joins us at goal defence for Scotland.
So clearly Lindsay McDonald looking to see how they can upset George Fisher and Rhea Dixon, and the feeding into the circle by changing that back end and putting an experienced Bethany Sutherland back into goalkeeper position. We hope that Bethany Goodwin is fit again. Clearly got a knock, had to come off. Nice use of space by McCleary into Pettit.
And the score now, England leading 34 goals to Scotland's 25.
England finding a little bit harder to feed in now. A little bit more movement by Edgar and Sutherland. Forcing Holt to get onto the circle edge, and a nice then easy feed into Fisher at that point.
So good hands by Osler in the interception. She has a slight height advantage there, but really timed her jump well.
Important though when you get the turnover then to deliver the ball effectively. Perhaps a little bit lucky to get a throw in to England.
Undisciplined on the court at the moment.
Yeah, both teams tending to lose the ball. But England now with possession.
Good interplay between Dixon and Fisher, with Fisher putting it away. And we get the gap to 11, and this could make it 12. And the score now, England 37, Scotland 25.
Yeah, good try by Williams. You do need to be able to have those opportunities, and although it was a good shot by Pettit, coaches have to be encouraging Williams to look at those interceptions and turnovers. Well done, Fran Williams.
So Fisher calmly slotting another one away for England. As Scotland try to capitalise now on this centre pass.
Scotland were beginning to throw the ball around that circle well, but then shooters tending to then to post up in the circle, perhaps needing to have a little bit more movement in that shooting circle.
Very good pressure there from Rachel Einon, the vice-captain of Scotland. The great interception. So Petty takes another shot at goal and scores that, taking it to 38 goals to England, Scotland 27. As we head into just over the last 3 minutes of this quarter.
These dead ball situations now, looking to see how England are setting up. Scotland trying to make life difficult for them.
Game just seems to perhaps have lost a little bit of energy, a bit of direction.
Yes, there's a little bit of quite a lot of whistle with contact on the body by both teams, and we just need to eliminate that. And yeah, both teams just need to get back in and start ensuring that their timing is effective.
So ball did come off a Scotland player. At least that's what England thought, but clearly umpire saw it differently, and a great shot there.
Pettit showing some real confidence actually when she gets the ball. Her experience at Commonwealth Games and experience in Sydney really showing now at this under-21 age group.
And she's playing both goal attack and goal shooter. She did both yesterday, and she's showing she's capable very well of doing both positions again today.
That's right, and she's sadly not going to be eligible for World Youth Cup, so hence the reason I'm sure that the Scottish coaches are looking to ensure that they are mixing up their choice of shooters throughout this tournament and ensuring that Valentine gets plenty of playing experience too.
And that must be a difficult call for a coach, knowing that you have such good quality experienced players like Petty, but who you're not going to be able to select in 2 years' time.
Yeah, but sometimes it's all about getting growth out of the other players and ensuring that they are learning from experienced players as well. So it's getting that balance. But yeah, it's at what time then do you actually bring them off and leave your less experienced players to manage on their own.
So as we head into the last minute of this third quarter in the opening match of day 2, the Netball Europe U-21 Championships, England have a commanding lead on 40, Scotland 29.
Fisher's just missed a couple of shots in this quarter, being quite picky, but it's important at this stage for her to maintain her concentration going on into the end of this third quarter. Scotland are just struggling to get that ball across that attacking third line and just having that link now into so they can get that shooting opportunity.
So last few seconds of this quarter. Will we see another goal?
Yeah, great use of the second option each time. Dixon using the corner and not using the obvious feeds into the circle. So great timing and great vision.
And uncharacteristically, Dixon missed that last one. So we end the third quarter here at the Aberdeen Sports Village. England on 41, Scotland on 29. So very competitive quarter from England netball. They ran the changes at half-time. Clearly had an impact on the Scotland side.
Yes, I mean, I think Lydia Walker came on just towards the end of that second quarter, and she really she's tightened up her game. I think she's playing better than yesterday. I think she's having more impact today than yesterday.
So let's head to the Scotland bench just to see what words of wisdom will be given to the players for this last quarter.
At all points as we're going through that transition, yes?
Okay, so you've had a really good chance of watching the game. And then just shut that when you're catching. Don't allow her to cut onto that circle edge. Alright? Bring the ball through a three-quarter attack, making sure we've always got two options. One short, one long. Okay? And if you get stuck, what you're going to do, hop back for that short ball. Okay? Bring it ball through safely. Alright? Be on the transfer line for any resets that we need. Okay? See the chance when you're sat off, alright? Look at the footwork that we need, alright? So keep moving your feet. If ever in doubt, you feel like you're standing still, move again, okay? And then move again. Okay? If you find your motion, you're changing, you're doing your job. Okay. Alright, that's what we want her to do. We don't want her to settle and stay on one angle. Okay?
All from the side.
Man on man? Yeah. Okay? That's all I want you to do. So do your own job, alright? And that's it. Shut down that goal attack. Especially off centre passes. Just don't allow her to cut and weave her way through the circle. Okay? So what we did yesterday, don't allow her to do this. In here, and then along there. Okay?
So cut this off, yeah?
Cut that off there. Force her back there.
But keep going back to push attack. That should be.
Yeah. No, so you're just trying to track her here, and then push her away from the ball. Okay, so stop the cut, because it's forcing a switch that we don't want to happen. Most confident, ready to go in?
So Scotland bench there very much talking about moving the ball, not letting England settle, recognising that they've allowed England to get into a comfortable zone in the game. England coming out now have made a couple of changes again. We've got Marshall back at wing defence and Shaw back on at centre. Scotland running the changes too. We see Houliston introduced at wing defence, Katrina McDonald in at goal attack, Lauren Tate returns at goalkeeper, and Lee Valentine moves from goal attack to wing attack. So Maggie, right points by the Scottish bench there?
Yeah, really important. I mean, the third quarter there were just very few shooting opportunities, and that wasn't necessarily just the shooters, it was just getting that ball into the circle. And so really important that they get some movement, and they make England have to make some decisions out there defensively.
And England off to a start in this quarter. England 42, Scotland 29.
Fisher's proving to be the dominant shooter for England, scoring 14 out of 16 in the third quarter, and Dixon 2 out of 4. It'd be interesting. We really want to be seeing goal attack and goal shooter having a little bit more balance, but of course I don't know what the coaches have been saying to the players, so it may be just that. Let's look and feed and make Dixon be the playmaker.
That's a great feed into the circle. Fisher held a really good amount of space under the post. And that's 3-0 to England in this last quarter in the first game here on day 2 of the Netball Europe U-21 Championships. So Scotland need to do something to disrupt the England flow.
Yeah, it goes back to the second quarter really, that Fisher can take that front ball. Holt needs to tidy up a little bit of her feeding and just look and just read the defence. The feed is on, but just read the defence. Holt's had a good tournament so far, so it's just making sure she can see where the defence is and feed the ball into the space.
And Fisher finishes another one off. And England creeping further into the lead, 46 goals to Scotland's 29. So Scotland really feeling under pressure from England.
Yes,
haven't got near their goal yet in this
few unforced errors that we've just got to eliminate, and that's what comes of playing in the under-21 championships, and they've got to feel this. Television here, big crowds, home crowd for Scotland, a lot of pressure on the Scottish team as well, and they'll be disappointed they haven't been able to stay with England, because actually they really did start putting out very competitive in that first half.
It's a great fast hands pass and vision from Dixon into Fisher under the post.
From an England perspective, those are the unforced errors that you want to eliminate, because in any close games, those offsides is not what we're looking for. So that's what they need to be practicing and working on.
So Scotland bring the ball down. Great pass there by McDonald, who's just joined the game, into Pettit under the post. It'll help settle the Scotland nerves, perhaps, in this last quarter.
Yeah, well done to Pettit, well done the feed. Williams trying to get off the body, because Pettit likes that holding game, but well played by Jess Shaw there. Good pressure by the England defence.
Scotland defence just needs to perhaps try something a bit different in there, Maggie.
Yes, it's just coming off the body a little bit, so it makes the feed more difficult. We saw when that happened. Just prevents the feeders seeing it.
So slight indecision by Fisher, led to a 3-second hold against England. Scotland have an opportunity to bring the ball out.
Forcing now the Scottish team but to use the shooter. Lovely backline run by Pettit again. And a good understanding with McCleary, their captain.
Very well read by Ostler there. Scotland still trying to get the ball in towards the post, which they've done. And Pettit continues the form she's shown in these first two games by finishing it off. Don't forget to keep your views coming in, comments about the game, who you think the most valuable players have been, at our Twitter account at Netball Europe, and remember to use the hashtag Netball Europe 21. Great vision there from Dixon.
Tate reading that onto Holt, but then it went in again, just as we said with Airy. They need to learn to take those risks and then work out what works and what doesn't work, but you can only practice those.
So perhaps obviously a game of two halves here. England will be pleased with the way they've closed out the match in the second half of the game, but some concerns perhaps first half didn't settle as quickly as they might. But credit to Scotland for how they came out and really took the game to England.
Yeah, they've done their homework and really I think England needs to just consider great take by Tate there, reading that ball across the circle. I think England need to read how they warm up in that particular game. I thought they warmed up particularly well yesterday, but today I'm not sure that they... Scotland, like yesterday, 2 good quarters.
So the coaches will take some comfort from the fact that the team can get to a really good performance, but it's got to be consistent and it's got to be over the whole 4 quarters of the game.
Very, very important, and that's what's key. And at under 21, it's always going to be a challenge, as you've got different levels of experiences at this under 21 level, and you can only practice this by playing in this kind of arena, which is why under 21 Netball Europe is an essential part of their competition preparation.
And as we mentioned yesterday, quite a few of these England players are featuring in the Super League in a number of different franchises and have that opportunity. Scottish players, much less so in terms of that level of competition, perhaps development pathway they might have.
Yes, it is harder. I know that Netball Scotland would very much like to be part of the Super League, but currently are not. You've got Bethany Sutherland now, who's come down and will be in one of the franchise long squads, I'm sure. But yes, the level of competition, I would be looking for several of the England under-21s to be actually taking the court consistently for Super League this season, which will make a massive difference to their preparation.
So what can countries like Scotland, who perhaps don't have the infrastructure and funding of England, do to support their development? And clearly they're doing some things right because of the way Scotland have come out both days and competed really strongly against Wales and England.
Yeah, I mean they're doing lots of things right, and there's from all parts of the team, they need to be trying to get as many opportunities to be playing in both friendlies and in international matches during the competition year, and I think that's very, very important how they prioritise their funding really to get that practice.
So we're heading into just about the last 5 minutes of the game. Injury timeout called. Looks like it's Scotland's captain, Nicola McCleary, getting some attention from the physio. England now in a very commanding lead, 52 goals against Scotland's 34. We have Kirsty on Twitter saying she thinks this has been a good game, is enjoying it. Tyler Sue, what a close match. Amazing to be able to watch for free on YouTube. And especially as she couldn't make it up from York, so great to have you with us. And our thanks have to go to all our partners who've made this happen this weekend, including Aberdeen City Council, Aberdeen Sports Village, Inspire Sport, and our partners QTV Sports Production. So glad you're all enjoying the game. Keep your comments coming in, they really are valuable. Glad, Dan Ryan, you're enjoying watching. Should be up here in Aberdeen though, this is where it's all happening. So Maggie, last few minutes of the game. Are we expecting to see any changes perhaps? Last throw of the dice?
I wouldn't see any changes. I noticed Lindsay McDonald really talking to Tate and Edgar. I think Tate has got she's doing a really good job. They're creating the area, the opportunity for the interception. That's what they're looking for. It's not always coming off, but there's 2 or 3 times now she's looked for the interception, gone hunting. And again, Lindsay McDonald's talked to the shooters to ensure that they just get that timing and that movement a little bit more effective.
So here we go. The team's taking the court for the last 5 minutes of this opening game here at the Under-21 Netball Europe Championships in association with Inspire Sport.
Better movement and just one more switch and Edgar and Tate would have made that even more difficult.
Very clinical shot by Rhea Dixon for England.
Well, Williams is clearly watching Tate, and the same thing happened to that. Well done to Williams for reading that interception.
Fisher judged to have pushed off Tate, goalkeeper, so penalty to Scotland. And we're excited about having our colleagues in York watching. I'm pleased to say that Gemma Shand is watching all the way from sunny Dubai. So welcome, Gemma. Hope you're enjoying the game.
That's the one at this stage of the match that we've really got to eliminate. We don't just throw balls in. Goal scored, but really that should have been intercepted and turned over by Scotland. They were in the right positions to get that ball. Good reverse hand by Williams, picked up by Marshall.
You just begin to sense that perhaps Scotland have stopped believing in themselves a little bit. But having said that, curse to the commentator, great interception by Tate.
Yeah, and as a coach, I wouldn't be happy with what England's putting out at the moment in the last 3 or 4 minutes. This is really important. They've got to learn to be able to be consistent for 60 minutes of the match and be able to close out the game. Just 2 or 3 little bit of lazy passes, and those are the ones they need to focus on.
And you mentioned the 2013 World Youth Netball Cup. England finished in 4th place. Disappointed with that, presumably?
Yeah, they were, and they know that they can do a lot better than that, and that's why it's important that we really are wanting to move up and really work towards a medal position.
So good long ball, this time into Fisher. Makes no mistake, and we now have a 20-goal game. England 55, Scotland on 35.
Lovely centre pass by England, with Rebecca Holt finding a space on the circle edge.
So Maggie, as we talked about yesterday, most valuable player decided by the coaches by picking a player that they felt was outstanding from the opposite team. So if it had to be you, who would you say the 2 standout players are from both sides today?
I think from the point of view of Scotland, I think you have to look at Pettit, who's been consistent and has really tried to show that consistency in shooting. From an England point of view, I think you need to be looking. This one I'm going to be sitting on the fence a little bit and actually saying that clearly Fisher has been consistent in her shooting, but I would like to see what she'd be like with a bit more pressure, but against what she's had today, she's coped. But again, what we've got is a real team defence effort. So, yep, sitting on the fence, I'm afraid, Lynn, on that one. I'm not prepared to name one for England.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. And Gemma Shand, interestingly, named Pettit as her most valuable player of the whole of the team. So she obviously read your mind.
We're on the same hymn page.
So we're under 2 minutes to go now. England 58, Scotland 35. So a bit of Scottish pride perhaps to play for in these last couple of minutes.
Yeah, very important. And Sola there showing what her stage 2 defending is like. Very effective. She's picked off quite a few at stage 2. And goal attack just needs to, for Scotland, and McDonald just needs to be able to see. Again, Jess Shaw having an effective defensively, just looking to take those loose balls through the mid-court. Tate went hunting again, and that's what you want to see. She knows she won't be getting those balls that are going over to George Fisher, so she needs to be doing something different.
So you mentioned Fisher as somebody who has shot well in this game for England. Tyler Sue agrees with you, thinks played very well. And Scotland's captain, Nicola McCleary, also gets a mention for a very good game. So last 30 seconds, another solid performance by England, but perhaps some thinking to do overnight.
Yeah, I think they'll need to look at the first half and just see how they played. There's a lot of errors in that first half. and just the work output just wasn't quite where I would expect it for England. I think Scotland need to go away and just look at exactly what they did well in that first half, and that was the movement and the timing of the shooters and the patience they showed bringing it ball down to the court.
And that is the final whistle of the first game here today at the Aberdeen Sports Village. A commanding win for England on 60 goals, Scotland on 35. So that means that England now have 2 wins under the belt, and Scotland are yet to get off with a score, so all to play for when they meet Northern Ireland tomorrow. So Maggie, not consistent from either side. Some good passages of play, but perhaps really not the sort of consistent standard we'd expect.
No, but like we said, under 21s that's what we do expect, that inconsistency, and that's what they'll take away. And when they finish this tournament, they'll go away, analyse a bit further, and that's why they train. And I think there's always good reasons for training, and that's to improve. So plenty of improvement, and ready for the qualifying rounds next October 2016.
Because, of course, although the 2017 World Youth Cup is 2 years away, these teams will actually be taking part in the qualifying event only 12 months away. So it's here a lot sooner than you would think.
Oh, yeah, it will whiz by. England do qualify automatically, but they will be looking for building on their squad and look at the units. Scotland will be looking to get that consistency.
So thank you, Maggie, for co-commentating today. That's it from our coverage of this match. England have beaten Scotland by 60 goals to 35. Please keep your views coming at Netball Europe and use the hashtag Netball Europe U-21. And remember, this match and all the matches this weekend will be available on the YouTube channel at youtube.com/Netball Europe. My thanks to Inspire Sports, Aberdeen Sports Village and Aberdeen City Council for their continued support in bringing you this coverage, which has been a Q2V sports production for Netball Europe. We'll be back in just over an hour where we see more live coverage here from Aberdeen when we see Northern Ireland taking on Wales. Please join us then. From me, Lynn Carpenter, and all of us here at the Aberdeen Sports Village, have a very good afternoon.
all the time. We worry about what might. feel that the world is waking up, up and away. Oh, can we take on the day? Don't you wanna ride?